Whether you run or walk, people across the U.S. join together in spirit as millions walk in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Chip Brewster joins us live from Summerfest grounds with more on this story where participants are starting to trickle in. And Chip, I see the pink and white balloons there. Big event.
Yeah. Oh, pink is everywhere, not just behind me where the balloons are. Registration just kicked off, so people are starting to show up. They started the music blasting, and it looks like the weather is going to hold off a little bit. At least we got a little sun right now, so looking to be a nice day. But down here, as you said, at the 13th annual Race for the Cure, and behind me is actually the Survivor's Breakfast. So everybody in the tent behind me is a survivor, and that's really what this race is here for today. And speaking of survivors, one of the co-chairs of today's race is a survivor herself and has a family history of breast cancer, and it's Nikki Panico. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to ask a little bit about that family history. What is the breast cancer in your family?
Well, about 3 years ago, my mom and her sister were both diagnosed with breast cancer. It was the second time for my mom. It had come back. And they went through chemo, radiation at the same time, but unfortunately they lost their battle. They died within 1 month of each other. 7 months later, I was then diagnosed with breast cancer, so it really touches home. And
today's race and the survivors behind us, can you tell us a little bit about those that are impacted like yourself, what it means when you find out that, well, we'll start with your parents or your mom and your aunt when they have breast cancer?
Yes, my story is not unique. This disease affects 1 in 8 women, and along with the women, their families are so deeply touched by the disease. It really changes you physically and emotionally forever.
And then you found out yourself, as you mentioned, that you had breast cancer. Did that change your perspective at all? I mean, you'd already lived through it with family, but you personally, that's a whole different ballgame.
Once it came to me and I was diagnosed, I said, oh no, this has to stop. I have to do everything I can to advocate and educate about this disease so that it is not a concern for my 3 beautiful nieces.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, Nikki. Yeah, well, we'll be down here all day trying to promote this a little bit, but it's not just women either. Men also affected by breast cancer. So get on out here and support it. It's impacting everybody. Live down here at the Milwaukee Art Museum. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Chip. It's nice to see everybody coming together for such a good cause.
Inspiring story, and I was